from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
I'm at risk of putting somebody that might be dangerous into one of my buildings.
A new House bill could ease some restrictions many landlords face during the pandemic.
The more shots that we have in arms, the better that we're able to tackle COVID-19.
Some state line residents didn't even have to get out of their car to get a dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. The organization plans to host more drive-through clinics in the future. And when spring air is in the air, motorcycles seem to be everywhere. Residents draw attention to safety by hosting an informational parade. Good evening, I'm Alexis Carpello. Wisconsin police are looking for a man that robbed a bar at gunpoint. It happened around 2 this morning at Slick's Bar and Grill on Rockport Road in Janesville. A male suspect entered the bar and displayed a handgun. Police say he got away with an undetermined amount of cash. No one was hurt. Later, the Rock County Sheriff's Office K-9 team tracked the suspect but couldn't find him. The investigation is ongoing. Police ask if anyone knows more about this crime to call them. The Illinois Department of Human Services says nearly 60,000 households are still at risk for eviction, but a new bill could change that. Rachel Perry spoke with local landlords. And Rachel, what did they tell us so far?
Yeah, Alexis, the recently introduced House Bill 2877 could ease some guidelines with the current moratorium. But as of Wednesday, it awaits the signature of Governor J.B. Pritzker.
Using the court records to check for past evictions is now worthless.
A new House bill and the current eviction moratorium are facing pushback from landlords, including Rockford Apartment Association Director of Legislative and Community Affairs, Paul Arena.
They tagged onto the bill 2 provisions, one that creates some structure on when cases could be sealed, and then secondly, a provision that's related to COVID that seals all eviction cases at the time of filing, beginning in March of last year.
That now extends through March 2022. Under the moratorium, only those who are dangerous or cause severe damage could be evicted.
The bill protects those people and exposes landlords and the neighbors of rental property to the danger of having bad tenants move in.
Carl Fauerbach, Rockford Apartment Association president, owns over 100 units in the Rockford area. He says his concerns are the unknowns.
Our responsibility as landlords to provide safe, clean places for people to call their home. And if we don't have the ability to properly screen tenants, then we lose that.
Records can still be viewed prior to the pandemic. Arena says landlords can take steps to protect their units and tenants.
Gaps in the history. So if the tenant on their application, they can't document their last landlord, they're not giving you phone numbers, especially if you go and look at a tax record and the name of the taxpayer isn't the same as the landlord you've been given.
Arena tells me he thinks tenants will actually have it harder. With the increase in housing demand and limited access to background checks, he says renters will now need to prove they're a good tenant. Alexis?
All right, thanks, Rachel. Today, over 100 residents could roll up their sleeves and get a dose of the vaccine without even leaving their car. FHN Family Healthcare Center in Freeport hosted the event. Residents in need of their dose stayed in their car during the whole process. Appointments were available but not required. The Moderna vaccine was used. Organizers say they modeled today's drive-through clinic after their flu shot vaccination clinic.
Our goal is truly to get our community vaccinated. This is a really easy way to do it. It's on a Saturday, so people don't have to take off from work. They're able to get their shot and be out of here within about a 20-minute time period, not even getting out of their car.
Organizers say they'll have a second dose drive-through clinic in 4 weeks, but are expecting to do another one for more residents soon. 1,700 new cases of COVID-19 are confirmed in Illinois. 22 more people have died from the virus. That includes a female from Whiteside County. The weekly rolling statewide positivity rate sits at 3.6%. Yesterday, over 107,000 doses of the vaccine were given. A local doctor debunks myths about infertility among younger women who get the COVID-19 vaccine. The myths are based on worries that messenger RNA in the vaccine could cause infertility. But a local OBGYN says it's actually important for pregnant women to get the vaccine.
There was concern at first if that protein could possibly be causing an immune response from the lady who's gotten the vaccine to fight against that placenta. And so that's where that concern came, and that's kind of where it started. Now that's proven to not be the case, proven to not be true, because we haven't seen miscarriage rates go up. We have not seen infertility rates go up either since COVID started or since the vaccine has come into production.
According to the CDC, pregnant women are over 5 times more likely to be hospitalized with the virus. We'll have more information on that tonight at 9 and 10 on Eyewitness News. And as warmer weather makes its way across the state line, more motorcycles can be seen on the roads. That's why some local residents want to draw attention to motorcycle safety in a unique way. Ari Bruckman was at the parade highlighting this. And what message did organizers share, Ari?
Well, Alexis, driver safety is something everyone is taught when they first get their license. But still, distractions become dangerous, especially for those on motorcycles.
Everybody's here for one reason, safety, and to be sure that everybody out there can see us and hear us and understand that we have family at home waiting too.
Today, the Abative Illinois Kishwaukee Valley chapter held their annual Safety and Awareness Parade starting at Carlson Ice Arena in Rockford. Sam Lou Casey stresses the importance of paying attention to motorcycles while driving.
I had the green light, I started my bike. The lady on her cell phone just did a U-turn. She didn't care, she didn't even stop. We got to keep it up because the new drivers with the cell phones, they don't understand it no more because they don't even see us.
Activities coordinator Kurt Hewson has been riding his motorcycle for 46 years. He says putting together the parade is something he truly loves to do.
Oh, I love it. I mean, last year was a gut punch. We had to cancel everything. I mean, and this is just a little ride that just goes down to Kegel Harley-Davidson. People love to do it.
Governor Pritzker declares May as Motorcycle Awareness Month in Illinois. According to the Illinois Department of Transportation, there were 153 motorcycle fatalities, an increase from 2019. Houston wants to reiterate that riding for many is therapeutic, and he wants everyone to be safe on the roads.
Call it wind therapy. I mean, you can be having a bad day, and we all have bad days. You get out there on a country road, and it'll help any ailment you have.
To learn more about free motorcycle driver safety training courses, visit this story on mystateline.com. Alexis?
All right, thanks, Ari. The Homeland Security Secretary visits the Migrant Processing Center at the border. Officials say the situation is under control, but warns hundreds of unaccompanied children cross each day.
And rain is beginning to move into the area. We're even tracking the potential for a little bit of snow later on tonight. All the latest coming up in the forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Alexis Carpello, David Greenberg, and meteorologist Kevin Doom.
The Homeland Security Secretary says the situation at the southern border is under control. A group of lawmakers visited a migrant processing center in Texas on Friday. Anna Warnicki shares more details from that trip as she's keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says while there are significantly less migrant children being held in U.S. custody, he says officials say they are still seeing hundreds of unaccompanied migrants crossing the border each day.
New pictures this week of a migrant processing center in Donna, Texas, showing empty benches. A stark contrast to these pictures from 1 month ago, showing hundreds upon hundreds of migrants crowded inside.
The challenge remains, it is not behind us, but our plan of execution is well underway.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas visited the facility on Friday, crediting the Biden administration's response for the dramatic drop in migrants in U.S. custody.
Today at this facility, rather than approximately 3,700 unaccompanied children, there are 334.
Texas Democratic Congresswoman Veronica Escobar toured the facility Friday and calls it remarkable progress. But fellow Texas Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar says the images of the empty facilities don't show the full picture.
All they're doing is they're moving kids from one tent to the other tent and say, oh, they're not in the Border Patrol, but they're right next door.
And Michigan Republican Congresswoman Lisa McClain says there's still a crisis that needs to be addressed immediately.
They have one agent on the border and 9 people processed. I don't think that's exactly a positive thing.
Mayorkas says while the situation is improving, there's still work to be done. He's calling on Congress to get to work and pass immigration reform. In Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki. Back to you.
Coming up later in sports, Zach LaVine wasn't the only one making his return. Bulls fans arrived back to the United Center for the first time to see last night's win. Plus, Kevin will let you know what Mother's Day is expected to feel like tomorrow in his full first-warn weather forecast. You're watching Eyewitness News at 6.
Now your first warned weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Doom.
We have some rain beginning to move into the state line from the west and push eastward across the area. You can see this system here situated out to our west still moving into the area. Still a lot of rain to work with. We are seeing a few signatures of lightning. Most of the thunderstorms should stay out of our area, but we definitely can't rule out 1 or 2 claps of thunder over the next several hours here. We're also going to see quite a bit more rain develop along with this system as it continues to make its way toward the state lines. We do still have quite a bit of rain to work with. Now, very widespread rainfall is going to continue to fill in here over the next few hours through the rest of the evening and through the overnight. We are going to see rain in our vicinity. Most of the widespread and the heavier rainfall will be in the southern portion of the area and then get a little bit lighter as you head up to the north and to the northeast. Now, heading into the early morning hours of tomorrow, temperature is going to be cooling back down to the 30s. We could possibly even see some snow mixed in there, and there is even a chance that a few areas could see a few minor slushy accumulations. Now, if that does happen here in Rockford, that'll be the first time since 1990 and only the 5th time in recorded history that we have seen accumulating snowfall in the month of May. But let's hope that doesn't happen as much as I like breaking records. Now, as this system continues to push off to the east, rain will slowly taper off through the morning tomorrow. By around the noon hour, just about all the rain should be out of the area. Maybe just a few isolated showers trailing behind the bulk of that system. And then as we head on through the afternoon and evening, we're actually going to start to see a decent amount of clearing in our cloud cover for the last half or so of Mother's Day. Partly cloudy skies going to continue on into our Monday, but heading on through the afternoon and evening in Monday, we possibly could see a few more isolated showers push through the area. Now, most models like to think that most of the area should see at least around a ½ an inch of rain, if not more. This is just one model's take. Others have more or less rainfall, but you can see that the majority of the rainfall is confined to areas down to our south where a lot lighter accumulations are up to our north, but most of the area should expect to see a decent amount of rain, and that's very good news for us considering the vast majority of the state line experiencing drought conditions. Most of the state line experiencing at least what we call abnormally dry conditions, which is still technically drought conditions indicated by the yellow color here, and just under about half of the state line experiencing moderate drought conditions. Now, we haven't seen, or we've only seen 3 days of measurable rainfall in the past 26 days since back on April 12th. That is the driest such streak that we have seen since back on 1988. And then Rockford actually has only recorded 3.84 inches since the beginning of meteorological spring on March 1st. That's over 3 inches shy of where we should be through meteorological spring up until this point. Normally we're at about 7 inches through yesterday. Now here's a live look over downtown Beloit using a Merciel SkyTrack. Skies certainly look rainy, but no rain is falling just yet. But as we saw, rain is on the way for those of you up in Beloit. In the meantime, temperatures were stuck in the 50s yet again today. 56 degrees the current temperature in Rockford, 55 up in Janesville, 51 in Freeport, and the same goes for those of you up in Monroe. Now tonight, temperature is going to be dropping down to the middle to upper 30s with this rain continuing overnight and into tomorrow morning. Temperatures likely stuck in the 50s again tomorrow. In fact, we're not expecting 60s to return to the state line until around Tuesday. Most of this week should be dry and temperatures do warm through the week. We should be back in the 60s by the weekend, but the weekend also comes with another chance for rain, maybe even a few thunderstorms.
All right, thanks, Kevin. David Greenberg is in next with sports. The Cubs look to match their longest winning streak of the season today as they hosted the Pittsburgh Pirates. Plus, a few former Ice Hogs are making a difference and seeing some playing time with the Blackhawks. Hear from one of them after the break.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with David Greenberg.
Cubs are riding a 4-game win streak, looking to extend that and match their season-high 5 straight wins taking on the Pirates today from Wrigley. Bases loaded in the first inning for the Cubs. Wilson Contreras gets beamed. That'll bring in Chris Bryant from third. That puts the Cubs up 1-0. In the fourth, Cubs trailing by a run. First and third for Eric Sogard. He skies one to center. Tough play for Wilmer Defoe. Contreras tagging up. The throw home gets away, and we're tied at 2-2. How about Matt Duffy the last couple of weeks? He's been red hot, and he delivers in the 7th. That little duck snort gets down. Hayward's racing around for home. Play at the plate is not in time. That'll put him up 3-2. Craig Kimbrell comes in for the save, as that would be the final from Wrigley. The Cubs win their 5th straight. The White Sox are just underway from Kansas City after last night's 3-0 shutout. Carlos Rodon improved to 5-0 on this season. It'll be Lance Lynn on the bump for the Sox. Come back later at 9 and 10. I'll have those highlights from this game. The Blackhawks held practice today ahead of tomorrow's matchup with the Dallas Stars. A couple of Ice Hogs, Colin Delia and Alec Regula, came up big in their win on Thursday over Carolina. Delia stopped 36 of 37 shots he faced in goal, and Regula saw significant time on the ice in his NHL debut, largely in part to Duncan Keith taking an accidental knee to the face from a referee that knocked him out of the game. Regula spoke with the media after practice today about his debut, saying it was a dream come true.
I just went in with expect to play kind of mentality. I didn't know if I was going to or not, and then ended up getting in one, and it was everything I imagined. You know, I dreamed about that moment for a long time, and it was just a really special day for me and my family.
But despite my thoughts that it'd be best for the Bulls' interest to lose their remaining few games of this season, they picked up a dominant 121-91 win over the Celtics last night. The United Center welcomed back roughly 4,000 fans for the first time all season, so it does make sense the Bulls showed out for them. Zach LaVine and Kobe White led the way with 25 points, and Nikola Vucevic had a triple-double as the Bulls won their 2nd straight with Zach LaVine back in the lineup. Having fans back was something special for this team, and they all felt a different energy in the building.
To have people out there was great. I think the guys enjoyed it, more importantly.
The fans was lit tonight, They were excited. You could tell they were excited to be back, and we were excited to have them.
It was great to see fans in the arena. Whenever we have fans, other arenas, that's what we're used to. So seeing our own home crowd is great.
That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
Look at our first Warren Interactive Radar, sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and more. A system of showers is just starting to move in from the west, going to continue to move through the rest of the evening and overnight, even stretching into tomorrow morning. Possibly even going to see a few snowflakes mixed in there early tomorrow morning. Temperatures cool back down into the 30s. We're stuck in the 50s again tomorrow, and likely again for Monday. 60s finally returning on Tuesday. The majority of this week is going to be dry with a good bit of sunshine. Now looking ahead to next weekend, 70s finally make a return to the state line, but we do see another chance for rain and even a few thunderstorms.
Thanks for making us your home team. We'll see you at 10.